The Bills have robbed the NFL again. Hi, everyone. I'm Dan. Welcome to Bills Digest. Make sure you subscribe down below to keep up with everything that's going to be happening in this preseason. And as we get into the regular season, we're going to be giving you guys regular updates on everything that's going on with the Buffalo Bills. So let's get into what the Bills have been doing this offseason. And it has been extensions. Just extensions after extensions. There have been some great extensions so far. We have, obviously, the big one, and the one that everyone, I think, was expecting. It would have been crazy for them to not do anything about. We got Josh Allen, right? He's coming in 6 years, $330 million. That's, I think he's one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL, but he's shown that he deserves it. MVP, literal MVP. The big one, and this is the newest one, and you've all seen the news at this point, that James Cook is signed to a 4-year deal, $48 million. Pretty solid. $30 million of that is guaranteed. We're still waiting to see the specifics on what the rest of that will entail, but we got him. He's sticking around in Buffalo for the next 4 years, and that's great. He wants to be here. He's a solid player. He can play running back. He can play receiver. He can play fullback. He's a versatile player, and there's untapped potential with that guy. He's going to show us why he's worth that much money. Then we got Christian Benford. 4 years, $76 million. Solid. He was a solid player. He was definitely one of the better cornerbacks that the Bills had last year. Unfortunate injury that he ended up sustaining in that game against the Chiefs. Hurts my heart still. Makes me real sad. It's fine. Then we got Greg Rousseau. 4 years, $80 million. That was a given. Greg Rousseau is a phenomenal player. He is versatile. He's quick. He's strong. He's going to make an impact. And there's no question about what he's able to perform on the field and what he's able to do overall. He is a solid player. Then we got Terrell Bernard, 4 years, $50 million. I think that he proved last year why he deserves that. He's just waiting to find that person who's going to be sitting next to him, whether it's Matt Milano or someone else who's going to be really showing who they are as we get into the regular season. And then one of my personal favorites, Khalil Shakir, 4 years, $53 million. I know the injury. Don't bring it up. Listen, it's a high ankle sprain. That's not a knee. It's not a fracture. He's going to be fine. He's going to come back to the team. He's going to be able to play. He's going to be effective. He's a good player, and he's going to want to come back and do the best that he can. What we saw from him last year was the highest receiving yards on the team. He was quick. He was able to break away from coverage, and he made little chip plays down the field that Josh was able to just kind of like throw quickly. If you notice, anytime that it went to Shakir, it was out of Josh's hands real fast. And not a lot of people remember this, but Shakir either broke or tied a record for most consecutive receptions in a row from one quarterback to one receiver. And he broke that record because he didn't drop a pass for I want to say it was over 70 passes. He didn't drop one. And then he just started getting targeted more so that, he dropped a couple, but it wasn't a lot. He didn't have a dropped pass. It's insane. He's a versatile player, and I'm talking a little bit more about him because I like him so much. I think he's going to make a big impact on the team when he comes back from his injury. And I don't think that injury is going to be lasting that long. We'll probably see him back week 2, week 3. At the latest week 4, but I would be surprised if it takes that long. Because remember, we have 2 preseason games left, and then there's time. So he's going to be fine. He's going to come back, and he's going to be playing well. But the big new news is James Cook, obviously. We've got him now coming back to the Bills officially for the next 4 years. He made an impact last year. It was noticeable what he was able to do. Whenever he was the running back that was lining up next to Josh, he was able to really, really show what he's made of. I talked about him in a previous video that you can go check out, but James Cook is a versatile player. He's not like his brother, which is both good and bad. He doesn't have the same size as his brother, but he has more quickness and more versatility than his brother, Dalvin Cook, for anyone who's uninitiated into the Cook family lineage here. He's such a good player, and not signing him to an extension and keeping him here would have been a foolish move. And I don't think there was ever any question that he was going to get this extension. So it's good to see him coming back. And like I said, Christian Benford, he was a solid cornerback, and honestly one of the better cornerbacks that the Bills have had. Him getting his extension, great move on their part, great move on Beane's part, bringing him back. His forced fumbles last year were okay. His fumble recoveries, pretty solid. He's all in all a pretty solid player, and he can play well next to someone else. And there is still that cornerback battle that's happening right now. We're going to see who ends up taking up that slot. I have a feeling that we're going to see a rotating slot for the first couple games to kind of like figure out in that fast-paced actual game setting who's going to be that number 2. But it's going to be interesting to watch, and I think that, hopefully we see some more of that in the preseason. The Giants game that just happened wasn't really a good showing of that, so hopefully this weekend we get a good showing of some different cornerbacks so that we can kind of see who's going to be stacking up next to Christian Benford when the regular season starts up. I already talked about him, Greg Rousseau. It's a big dude. He's fast, strong, and he had 8 sacks last year. That's impressive. This dude is wild. When you get him on the outside, he is unstoppable. And now that the Bills have more dynamic pass rush, this defensive line is going to look really different than it did last year. And I'm hoping that Joey Bosa can bring something to the table. It seems that he wasn't really impacted by his injury too much that he sustained in minicamp. So fingers crossed that he's able to come in, and even if he's just giving some of the younger players some of his knowledge, that's super important. It doesn't go amiss when these veteran players come in and start to kind of like change the dynamic of the locker room, because then you're going to see these players really start to act differently. We saw that when Von Miller was injured for that entire season almost. We saw that the pass rush team got the job done more effectively than they had the previous year. He was able to really mentor these guys. So this goes for both the DE position and also the CB position, because you have Trey White coming back, who is a veteran. He's going to be able to really help these younger guys and really kind of get them into this mindset of like, okay, this is what you do. This is how you have to do it. And this is what you do with that in this scheme. So all good stuff there. And then obviously we got Shakir, my boy, 825 yards last year, hoping to increase that amount. But again, everybody eats on this offense. There's not really one breakout star. There are stars for sure. We saw that with James Cook. We see that with Shakir. We see that with Coleman a bit. Obviously, he's got something to prove. He's coming in with a chip on his shoulder and also just like wanting to do better. So I'm hoping that we're going to see a big season from him. But again, everybody eats. Everybody gets the ball. And I think that it's pretty much locked up who the top 2 receivers are going to be on the Bills, no matter what. And, you got Shakir and you got Coleman. Those are the 2 guys. But right now, we're seeing a pretty big battle for who's going to be coming in and taking up those other slots. But this just goes to show the smart moves that Beane has been making, that Brandon Beane has been making through this offseason, as he has been extending these players. He has been making it so that they are taken care of and that they're locked in, the maximum at 6 right now. And then we got 4-year deals kind of across the board for everyone else. Josh Allen being the 6 and then everyone else being the 4. But we're seeing some great moves behind the scenes. We are seeing some great extensions, and we're seeing some great players coming back to the Bills to play this year that I'm really excited to see play. But I want to know what you think. Down in the comments, let me know what you guys are excited about. Are these signings good? Are they bad? Kind of mixed on them? How do you feel about the amounts? Because I know that's been a big point of contention, especially with James Cook. people saying that he's not worth that amount. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. And thanks for watching, everyone. This has been Bills Digest. I'm Dan, and I'll see you next time.